This channel is for educational purposes only. Please do your own due diligence before making any investment decisions.
This is Joe Rabil. So we're going to talk about MACD today and go into depth, looking at it in multiple time frames and understanding some key things that we got to keep in mind if we're going to trade using this indicator. If you want to learn more about how I use this indicator amongst a few other things, you can go to, you can actually click the link in the description and find out more about my book. Also, if you do enjoy this content, please hit that like button and also subscribe. Okay, I've got my 4-chart grid up of IBM, all right? And we're going to talk about this and actually look at some longer term time frames, monthly, weekly, daily. Now, when we talk about trading tactics, it can be in any two time frame. You can have any two time frames side by side, or you can use 3 if you want. But if I'm calling something a trade, it can be a monthly and a weekly. I can combine those two time frames. You can either combine, you can even combine a quarterly with a monthly. So it's not always intraday when we're talking about trading, but all of these approaches that I'm going to talk about, they apply in any time frames. I've traded them in using 5-minute and 1-minute time frames and monthly weeklies. All right. So let's just look at what's going on with IBM. And what happened to IBM, more importantly, because we're going to go back to this period back here after it broke out. We had this monster breakout here, and that's where we saw this move on the weekly chart, all right? And that's where we turned on the daily. So that's the 3 things we're looking at, and we're going to really lean on MACD to give us some insight on this. So first thing is, there's a few patterns from my book that we look at that I think can be really helpful. And when we get a breakout like this on a longer term time frame, a lot of times when it's powerful, it's not going to pull all the way back to the 18 MA, especially if the ADX is rising. So I will say this is a video. This is a educational thing on MACD, but we are going to add in a few things other than MACD to help you to supplement with the learning of how to use this indicator. All right, so we get 2 lower highs in the MACD in the price pattern on the monthly chart, right? And the MACD is holding its signal line as this is breaking out. So we get this breakout pattern and we get this pinch play, I call it. That's the first pattern in my book. The pinch play, and a lot of times on a longer term time frame, will form. So if this is taking place on this time frame, we will get a zero line reversal taking place on this time frame. All right, zero line means we're coming back down and testing the zero line here. All right, we get extended above here. We get too far away, and then we come back down and we test this line. All right, now sometimes we come and do a flyby. That's basically what happened here. It didn't actually touch it. It flew by and just turned to the upside. Other times we'll come down and kiss it, and other times we'll get overrun where it'll come down just below. And any of those satisfy the zero line reversal pattern. All right. So this is the true combo we're trying to identify here, which is a pinch play on the higher time frame and a zero line reversal on the lower time frame. The problem is we've got this zero line reversal, but it's not really offering us a good trigger setup. There's no setup. It's not setting up a downtrend line. It doesn't really have any kind of a way where we can play it. We'd have to wait for it to get back above the 18 or wait for the crossover signal. So whenever I see this happen, I always go down an extra time frame when this happens. All right. You have to be flexible with this. If you think you're going to get the exact same setup every single time on the lower time frame, you're really going to struggle with this approach. All right. You have to accept that it just doesn't happen. There's so many variables and there's so many variations that you have to get ready for all of the different ways they can play out. But we know we have this zero line reversal in place, and we know we have this pinch play. We know we have strong momentum conditions in place. All right. Now, what we'll go is we go down to the smaller time frame. All right. Now, if you notice the way this played out, we had pretty sharp decline, and then we tried to form a pinch play right here. And I say we tried to because it didn't hold the 18. All right, if we're below, if we're showing a lot of weakness, see all the weakness we've got here. If we're showing that much weakness with the red, see how the sellers are in command still. You don't really want to force the issue with MACD playing this below the 18, all right? Especially when we're below the 18 week on this time frame still, okay? So, there's a couple of other things we've got to look at. Now, we make this move here, and now it's trying to hold the 18, but it's really not a clean signal there, I wouldn't think. And if you notice what happened not far away from that, we got this signal right here. Now, in my opinion, this is the entry signal for this trade. All right, we get the pullback here, we get the zero line reversal here, and we get the trigger here. That to me is the setup. All right. Now, if I'm going to do that, I'm also going to come back here and use this time frame to measure the stop. I'm going to manage the position. This is a monthly, weekly trade, but I'm using the daily to help me enter the trade. All right. Now, you could play it as a weekly daily if you want, but if I'm looking at this coming out of a 10-year base, I want to take advantage of that. And if I'm going to play this in this way, I'm going to use it as a monthly, weekly, and to give it a lot more room, and I'm going to try and make more money out of it and hit a lot more targets. All right. So that's how I would see this. Now, there's a few other things you have to take into account if you're going to do this. If you're going to take this signal right here, you have to accept that you're doing this below the 18 week. All right. And that would fly into everything that I talk about, right? I mean, everything that I say is, oh, you're below the 18 week, you wouldn't take this trade. All right. And now I'm going to explain why I would take this trade if I'm looking at this and I really want to be in this stock. And the reason is the dynamics of the move prior to the pullback. Look at the strength of this ADX. We had a monster reading on the ADX to the upside. We came down and we held the zero line on the way back, right? We have no real sign of selling strength whatsoever on the pullback. Even though we got some on the daily chart, we did not show it on this weekly. And this is the time frame we're trading. This is the time frame I'm trading. So I'm looking at this and seeing a lot of strength here, a lot of strength here, right? So I want to play the pinch play, the zero line reversal, and the pinch play on this time frame because I have so much dynamics on this time frame. The power behind this move is so strong that I'm willing to play this even in advance of a break of the 18 week. We did hold the 40, remember? Remember, we held the 40 here, and the zero line isn't even crossed. That's how strong this move was. Think about it. We got this huge move to the downside. It couldn't even break the 40 week, and it couldn't even break the zero line. So that tells you just how strong of a powerful move this was to the upside. That's how powerful a breakout we got. All right. So if we're going to find patterns like this, we get this move to the upside and we get a pullback. You notice how we're above the zero line, and notice how green DI is now taking over again. Let's just zero in on this for a second. I really want you to make sure you understand what I'm talking about. So we have the declining trend to the downside. Now we're starting to turn around, but we have negative DI in command. All right. Trying to find a pinch play or some kind of a MACD signal to get us in, right? We're using the two together. So this time it's a no-go. We're below the 18 and this has a lot of strength. Then we get a move up. We get this move to the upside. Now we've got a rising 18 above a rising 40. We've got the pinch play above the zero line, and we've got green DI actually above the 25 level for the first time. See, if we go back and look, all through here, red was basically, it wasn't red in command, but red took over here. But green has not been above 25 through this whole period. Then it starts to kick in again. Remember, when we look at this pattern, it's not just playing this little pattern. We're trying to get in this big move. We're ultimately trying to get in this signal right here. That's really where we want to play this. So we're trying to find the best entry. We're talking about getting in the low 170s on this as it's turning up off of this pullback. All right. Now we're using all these different keys to keep us on top of it. So keep in mind, if this has flattened out, rolled over a little bit, all right, and you have the setup in the MACD in 3 time frames. If you have all that taking place, you go back and you see how strong was the move prior to that. If the move was really strong, if it got above 45 or 50, then you can definitely play this on a pullback, assuming it holds the 40. If it doesn't hold the 40, all bets are off. You're playing an opposing trend pattern at that point. All right. You wait for the opposing trend pattern to click in and you play it off of that. All right, if you got this, if you have this pattern where sometimes it just kisses and goes, it just comes and it does a flyby on the MACD and it just takes off. That's when you have these really strong, huge breakouts. Look at how low, this low ADX pattern was in place for, let's actually see, it was down from look at this, from 2017 through 2023. So that doesn't happen all that often. So we need to take advantage of that in a way that where we have to understand that we might have to alter our thinking a little bit and use a few other things that might not come into play normally. All right. So hopefully this is helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.